It's hard to know what's going to happen next, but in this video, I'm going to break down everything that's going on now and try to shed some light on what's going to happen in the coming days and weeks. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. My name is David Quintieri. I'm the Money GPS, and what I'm doing at this channel is to break everything down. So complex, and yet we've seen it all before. This is something very important because you can see the Strait of Hormuz actually getting blockaded. At least that's what we are being told is going to happen. This would be something that is really impossible to tell where it goes from here. Oil prices, of course, are at near record highs. If you look at the real price, there's different prices of oil, of course. The real price per barrel is at or near a record high. And when we look at these things historically, this has always led to recession. That's what it means for you. When the prices of commodities become too high, usually things get completely out of whack. You have speculators that drive the price way up, and this has an impact on you at home, not just, pumping gas, but of course on everything else. I wanted to show you a little bit more about what's happening here. Now, if you look at the Strait of Hormuz, you will see this line. I hope you can see that on your screen. And this is the agreed maritime boundary between Oman and Iran. And this has always been the case where the traffic would flow in and out in Oman's territory. However, Iran has said that's not safe. Don't go that way anymore. There may or may not be some stuff in the water. So they are suggesting that there's this new safe corridor, and it comes up through here, and you have to go around this island, Larak, and then go around this, and it happens to be in Iran's territory. Come a little closer. Okay. So that's what we are seeing, and I wanted to show you this actually because it gives you an idea. You come inbound really, really close to Iran's borders, and the outbound is the one that's more south. Now, looking at this, you can see some more data, and you could see the connecting oil and LNG production in the Middle East to global markets via the Arabian Sea and the Indian Ocean. A lot of this has to go to Asia. That's where the stuff in this region goes. Yeah, when it goes to China, it's going there for the products that they need, but also products that then get made into stuff that gets shipped to literally every country. US, Canada, it's all over Europe, everywhere else. Plastics. What about the fertilizer that's coming out of here? On and on and on. There's so many things that either go directly to a country, let's just say it's going to Brazil. Okay, that stuff needs to make its way all the way to Brazil, but it doesn't just do that overnight. There's so many things along the way. What if something has to go to Europe? Look, it has to pass through Strait of Hormuz. Then it's got to come around and go to not one choke point, but two choke points. That's three in total. And none of these are calm right now. In fact, I will show you that on the satellite imagery. This is themoneygps.com. I built yet another feature into the app where we can go around the world and we can actually look at these areas. So if I click on Iran, you're going to be able to zoom in and I could see their exports, their imports. By the way, this is a work in progress, but you would be able to see that and just look at this. Okay, I can see who their export partner is. I can click on China and I could see what they export. And of course, it's crude. Now, there's more to it, but more data will follow later on. I could see their imports. If that's, a particular country, we could look at that after. And I can see satellites. Now, we have some places of interest. Obviously, I could just zoom in and you could see those for yourself on the map. And we could look at Karg Island, for example, because that was a big one in the news. It's small. I'm going to make it bigger. And we could look at the latest imagery that we have from the satellite. And, it is a little bit difficult to see. If I pull this and I actually go to the 90-day as well, and then we could see if there's any difference in these things, that it was bombed. So we could go and back and forth and try to see a difference. Hard to do at this zoom level. If I zoom in a little bit closer, maybe we can get a little bit more action in there. I need to make it so that it's, you know, you can kind of navigate this better, but the idea is still there. And we could look at this, and we could look at the ships that are in the water, and we could look at the changes that have happened. And of course, you will see what you just can't simply see on something like Google Maps, because those things are, in fact, really outdated. Okay, so when you're looking at Google Maps, it's really outdated, and you tend to see some stuff on the news, and that's about it. But look, you could see the ships that are there off the coast. That's Karg Island. And we can go on. There's all kinds of things. There's the container terminals. There's Larak Island. There's many more. What I want to see for myself is, of course, who stands to gain from this? Well, I'm still digging in. I'm still, trying to put all the pieces together. Of course, we do have many circumstances when you kind of zoom out here and think about this for a second. Before we talk about that, I'll just show you really quickly. If I go back out and I go to, Canada, for instance, I just want to show you this really, really fast. We could see who are oh, by the way, we have many, many more here. There's ports, and there's all kinds of mines, and there's everything else, factories, and, depending on the country, we have a lot more data, as you can see. But what about a company like Cameco? All right. They are definitely involved here. And I pulled up the financial charts. Now I need to fix this. This was built literally just prior to coming onto the show. But you can see who are the players in this circumstance, and Cameco being uranium, of course. And I would be able to see the stock charts and the information. I could compare that to the S&P 500 if I want. I could see how it is, just like any other chart, and you could see all the different data that's available right there for you. And so you could see coming down from country level, see their imports, see their exports, go down, let's say United States. What do we import from the United States? Okay, we have cars. Great. Then we'll be able to see the subcomponents of that. Then I can see this going down, ecosystem. In this case here, it's talking about Canada. So there's potash, there's uranium, and you could see who the companies are. And then you could come down and look at anything related to the satellite imagery. I could turn that on. I could turn that off. Because why? Why do I want to see that? I want to know what's going on with that mine. What's going on with that port? What is the activity looking like? I can't use Google Maps. It's too outdated. You got to use a professional software. This is just some of those examples right here. In the case of like nutrient, potash, and then I can go in and I can actually see their facilities. And that's what I'm trying to do with this. I need to look at this at a deeper level. It is completely insufficient to look at the news as it is. It is not going to be something that, I could look at the news and say, oh, okay, well, they got it all figured out. What's going on? Well, right now, what we have is oil. Oil being the one big one. This has a direct impact on you at the pumps. I get that. But if you understand something, there is a new world order. Not the way we used to talk about new world order, but in this way where things have changed. If you look at the world and the way that this has been, moving, and things have been out of whack, to say the least, you have to understand what's going on. This whole region is now on fire. And what that means for the next little while is that if you calm this tiny little area, the Strait of Hormuz, down, you don't fix the problem. You do not fix the problem, because everybody else now distrusts Iran. They're going to say, wait a minute, I do not trust them at all. I don't believe them. And so where does this leave them? Well, now they got to find their partners. They're partners with Russia. They're partners with China. Both of these countries right now are doing well, give or take. But if you look at them going forward, well, Russia has been doing well considering the situation. Look at oil prices. They're laughing. And all of the restrictions that were put in place on Russia, we got to lift those because oil prices are too high. We don't have the same systems that we did before. Okay? On the Finance Friday, we talked about this extensively. But look at Saudi Arabia. So if I look at Saudi Arabia, they're pushing out all kinds of, you look at their exports all over the place. But I could do by product. And you see it, sure, crude. Yep, it's going to Europe, one of those places being Italy. But how do they get it there? You see, in a lot of cases, they have to move it around the Strait of Hormuz, but not Saudi Arabia only, okay? Because not, that's not their only path. They can actually move this through pipelines, and they have that advantage that other countries in this region do not. So they have been able to achieve 70% of the capacity that they had before. 70% for Saudi Arabia. So they are a player in this region that has been hurt somewhat, but not as bad as others. Qatar is like, hey, we're screwed right now. You have the chaos that's been just ensuing, and it needs to calm down fast. A blockade would be an escalation. Of course, one side does something, the other side has to do something, the other side has to do something. This is a big mess. At the same time, Turkey is sticking their nose in and saying, we don't want any of this anymore. We are going to start, our play in this region, which they are there, but they want to go on into more because they need peace. They need to have a little bit more calm because they're trying to get on with their own business. Okay. Anyway, there's more in here. I want to break this down into further videos. I want to show you what's happening as I get more data in the app. I can show you more. This is available only to the paid subscribers, of course, but I try to utilize it for the videos to make it at least somewhat accessible to you. I hope you appreciate that. All you got to do to support me is hit that thumbs up button. That's it. Hit the thumbs up button, put a comment down below. That's what really helps to support me in this. I'll give you as much data as I can. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.